Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank Ferraruna Coma for this kind invitation to provide a contribution to the EIMA Digital Review. It is indeed a great pleasure for me to take part in your event. Coming from a farming background, I'm honored to be the voice of European farmers and the agri-cooperatives here in the EU. Together, Copa and Cogeca make sure that the EU agriculture is sustainable, innovative, and competitive, ensuring food security to 500 million people throughout Europe. Copa represents 22 million farmers and their family members, whilst Cogeca represents the interest of 22,000 agricultural cooperatives across the continent. The EU agri-food chain is a driver of the EU economy, delivering 44 million jobs in the EU, contributing with a net trade balance almost of 32 billion euros in 2019 alone. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, we have been able to maintain supply, thus ensuring food security for our fellow citizens. However, we are facing difficult market situations and financial pressure arising from the COVID-19 pandemic across the EU. Furthermore, this mounting crisis potentially puts both the single market and international markets at stake, threatening supply chains, including machinery and spare parts, jobs, and ultimately EU food security. The EU farming community is committed to EU common policies such as the CAP, Green Deal, and Digital Single Market, and is very proud of the EU model of production. For Copa and Cogeca, the CAP is and must continue to be an important and strategic policy that supports European farmers in delivering an adequate supply of food as well as public goods, thus generating benefits for citizens and consumers. In return, the CAP must provide for the livelihoods of farmers. The CAP must therefore continue to support farmers in providing for food security, while at the same time meeting the high environmental and health standards that we have set out in the European Union. However, with this reform, the co-legislators must strive to deliver a policy that is simpler for farmers to use and for member states to administer. Further to the work already carried out by the co-legislators, the compromise deal emerging as an outcome from the trilogues must constitute a good basis for the post-2020 CAP, one that farmers and their cooperatives can use in a simpler manner to deliver a more sustainable sector whilst improving their competitiveness. With the CAP decision-making process entering the trilogues, I would like to welcome and recognize the immense work on the 3 proposed regulations carried out by the Council and the European Parliament, built from the good basis proposed regulations presented by the European Commission in 2018. When it comes to the Green Deal, farmers are very much the first in line in terms of climate change impact and must cope with increased costs of adaptation and mitigation. With the political ambition of Europe to become the world's first climate-neutral continent, a holistic approach must be followed. While it is important to recognize the targets, it is fundamental to design realistic, sustainable policies and programs that accompany our farmers and their cooperatives towards this transition and allow access to finance and investments, including machinery and precision farming technologies, and safety nets for their cooperatives. EU agriculture and forestry plays a crucial role in addressing climate change adaptation and mitigation, as it has a significant potential to reduce emissions, to sequester carbon, and to boost economies in a sustainable manner. The special role of agriculture in climate action, as laid out in the Paris Agreement, has to be recognized in carbon crediting schemes. We support the Paris Agreement, including its target to limit temperature rise to maximum of 1.5 degrees Celsius. Farmers must be encouraged to invest in technologies that reduce greenhouse gas emissions and increase carbon capture and recycling that make economic sense. Agri-cooperatives need to be considered as tools that, with sound and long-term business plan, play a critical role in mainstreaming innovative solutions to achieve these goals. European farmers and agri-cooperatives should be equipped with the right toolbox, which should be developed hand in hand with cutting-edge scientific progress. Therefore, European farmers and agri-cooperatives must be given available, safe, effective, and affordable tools. Increased investment into research and innovation at EU level may allow European farmers and agri-cooperatives to go further with the environmental sustainability of their production and should be always encouraged. While the farm-to-fork strategy may provide new opportunities for operators in the food value chain, the Commission needs to clarify how we are going to significantly reduce the use of pesticides and fertilizers when there is no mention of the list of credible and realistic alternatives in the Green Deal communication. In this context, the next legislative proposals should contribute to reducing these competitive disadvantages that exist today in relation to production methods outside the EU and protecting European high standards that are internationally recognized as amongst the best in the world. We cannot have food security without food safety. Research and innovation is crucial to develop and provide innovative tools and solutions for EU farmers, their cooperatives and forestry owners to improve their productivity and adapt to climate change while reducing the impact of the environment. Innovation uptake can only be secured through the involvement in research and innovation activities alongside adequate investment in affordable and cost-effective technologies, investment in broadband, interoperability, digital skills, and advisory digital innovation hubs, new business and governance model. Access to up-to-date technologies are a key factor in keeping European agriculture competitive on a global market and maintain our high standards. We cannot afford to lose time by refraining from using cutting-edge technologies such as new plant breeding techniques, artificial intelligence, and digital techniques. Machinery has always been an important part of any farm and cooperative. Today, new opportunities in the agriculture sector rise. Modern machinery, big data, precision, drones, automation, and robots are part of farming vocabulary and are a reality for many farms and cooperatives across Europe and the world. Modern machinery and other technologies are tools that must deliver concrete solutions to help all farmers to respond to dynamic markets, improving the life conditions of farmers and their families. Always in line with our tradition of delivering high-quality European produce, produced under high standards that we are proud of and committed to. But modern farm equipment entices high investments for farmers who look for long-life machines, durable and reliable. Investments in modern machines, latest technology or digital farming tools are for farmers part of a strategic vision of their business in order to compete in dynamic markets and respond to consumer demands. Without a clear benefit on improving farm production systems, working conditions, or added value for the products, farmers won't invest, especially in times where financial resources are limited. Farms and farmers are diverse, but have one thing in common. They won't spend their money on machines or features that do not bring added value to their business. Machinery needs to provide the tools to tackle our key challenges, to improve working conditions and adapt it to the diversity of farming, farm sizes, landscape, and climatic conditions. To maximize the potential data sharing from farm to farm products within the agri-food chain, this process must be conducted under fair and transparent rules, ensuring data is handled in an appropriate and secure manner. This will guarantee that all relevant partners have the necessary access to data, encouraging and accelerating data-driven business models. To create trust is fundamental. To build up trust and encourage data sharing within the agri-food chain, all parties need to engage in a dialogue on the opportunities and challenges arising from data sharing. Farmers must remain at the center of this process and get benefits out of it, playing a central role in controlling and using the data. Ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely hope that your discussions will be fruitful, and I would like to thank for your attention.